going on, YouTube? What's happening? Welcome back to another video. When it sounds too good, I never trust it, man. Thank y'all for tuning in for another one. Just got through the interview. It really wasn't no interview at all, man. It was pretty much asking me will I be available with the times. I gave him, I said, hey, I'll be available after this time. He said, okay. What my past employers would tell me. I said, man, you can call my employer right now. They'll tell you how I'll get down. But I want to talk about this totem pole that keep moving, how trades is becoming oversaturated. And I ain't knocking on nobody who got a trade and everything, but I just want to ask questions, and I particularly want you to answer them in the comments. Okay, if you got a trade right now, you're a plumber, you're an electrician, what have you, and you hear all these videos about becoming your own boss, but residential people, your residential work is too far in between because most people don't want to get in debt to pay for no electrician work or no plumbing work. You got most people coming DIYs. That means most people are figuring out for themselves how to fix these things. You know what I'm saying? You got most people just learning how to take care of the home without needing an electrician or a plumber to come out. Hold on. I know a guy that understood electrician work. You know what I'm saying? Water heater went out. He went in there, turned off the power to the water heater, switched out a few parts, water heater back working again. When more so, most people would have called the electrician out there to go fix that water heater, but he came out there and fixed it. Or HVAC guy, whatever. You got more people becoming more DIY, therefore, the people who was once going to these trades, they falling short because ain't no work. My thing is, if you telling people, most of you YouTubers telling people to become electricians, plumbers, and they start your own business, how can you compete with somebody who has a bigger business than you? How can you compete with them? You'll be basically having the luxury of working whenever you want to, working whenever you feel like it, and being your own boss more so than clocking in, clocking out. That's the luxury you pretty much will have, because if everybody coming DIYs, or people like, for instance, they'll have a room and the rats will chew through the electricity to that room, and they'll say, fuck it, we're not gonna have electricity in that room. It just won't be no electricity in there. You got a lot of people doing that. They say, fuck it, we just not gonna pay nobody to come do this. We're not taking a mortgage out to get that paid. You get it? Unless it becomes so catastrophic, they have no absolute choice to take out their loan. You feel me? That's the only time they would take it out. But if all that going on, how can you provide for your family and supplement your lifestyle and keep up with the tools and all that if everybody become DIYers and everybody say, fuck it, we just gonna live without it? You got people finding backdoor people, not licensed people, to fix things. There's a lot of people out here that you fight against people who are not licensed to fix things that they would have called you for. They can pay a backdoor tree mechanic to fix something instead of calling you that went to school, license and everything else, but you got a tree mechanic over there. He charged $80 to switch the AC compressor, but you gonna charge like $500. And how can you compete with that? How can you compete with people who are hiring backdoor mechanics? You know what I'm saying? Backdoor electricians, backdoor plumbers. How can you compete with that? You got a guy that will take a job $12, $13, $14 an hour. When you trying to charge $100, $150 just to do an inspection. They'll go over there, look at it, and do the job for $100, $150. You just got paid for material. How can you compete with that? It seems as if the totem pole keep moving, and I think people just run out of shit to say, to be honest, man. That's why I'm thinking people just coming up with some bullshit to motivate you. Because just like the gig work, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Instacart, it done became so oversaturated that nobody's making no money. Same thing with Tradework. It became so oversaturated, everybody who's trying to do trades got to compete with the next man who will do a little to nothing. A la Akbar will drive a truck getting $1 a mile when it's supposed to be $3.50, $4 a mile. He'll do it for $1. You know what I'm saying? $1.50. He take that money and send it off. But you trying to provide for a family and shit at home. You feel me? The totem pole keeps moving. Like, bro, everybody cannot be no successful businessman. If everybody was successful businessman, this country would be in way better shape than what it is. But everybody can't be. That's what I'm getting at, bro. That's what's pissing me off, because y'all keep saying do this, do that, do that. You You got truck drivers can't even drive their trucks because they sitting and they don't want to work for no $1 a mile. You got truck drivers taking jobs at warehouses. Got a CDL, can't do nothing but pull orders at a warehouse because it don't make sense to go work for a company with your own truck and getting paid $1 a mile. Or go to a trucking company, STL company, and be the bottom man and barely getting 25, 30 hours a week. When somebody who a top man getting 40 hours plus a little bit of overtime because they work on the dock. Come on, man. It's bullshit. It's like, bro, I shake my head every time I see somebody make a video about it because it's like, I'm teaching y'all to be self-sufficient. I'm teaching y'all how to start you a business. Where your fucking business at, nigga? You know what I'm saying? I gotta edit it out. But where your fucking business at? YouTube is not your business. That's just a platform where you can run your fucking mouth. Everybody can't be a business owner, bro. It has to be a division within the world. Everybody can't be rich. Everybody can't be poor. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't have, my God, it's like, bro, every time I turn around, it's the same old shit. Hold on. But that's what I'm getting at, man. Everybody can't be all these things, dog. It don't make any sense. It has to be a division. Everybody can't be rich. Everybody can't be business owners. People have to work a regular job and do the side hustles. You know what I'm saying? My dad used to tint windows, cut grass, do a little mechanical work here and there. That's what my dad used to do. And he was okay. He was working, what they call that? He worked in a plant. He's a supervisor. So him being a supervisor was enough to pay for everything else with a little bit. And the other income he was getting was the extra. But he was working in a plant. You think he would listen to a motherfucker tell him, hey man, go start your own tent business? With all the people doing tent, it would have made no sense for him to do it. He would actually lose money over time because starting your own business is money up and down compared to a steady paycheck. So you competing with people who would do it way less than you. That's what I'm saying. That's the question I'm asking. If you got a trade right now, but you got a backdoor guy doing it for $12, $13 an hour. Meanwhile, you are charged for the inspection plus the job, but the backdoor guy will come in, don't charge no inspection, just see what's going on and fix it for $150 when you could have made $1,000 off it. How can you compete with that? And then again, you will say, well, they don't do a good job. Some of them backdoor dudes do a good job. They do. I don't get it. I'm tired of seeing the videos like that. I'm tired of seeing I think a lot of you just like hearing yourselves talk, bro. Be honest. You make it sound good, sound promising, but you're not being realistic. Everybody can't be no business owner. You got people who got trucks, business owner, sitting at the house. You got electricians, plumbers, you know what I'm saying? Drywall guys, dudes who do the concrete, sitting at the house because they got dudes coming in doing it little to nothing. How can you compete with that? That's what I'm saying. If everybody can't be no business owner, everybody can't be self-sufficient, people need structure. How can that person or that man survive? If you sit here telling him start a business, he gonna start a business, go take out loans, and end up failing because he was listening to you. I don't get it, bro. It's fucking driving me insane, bro. I mean, not insane, but it's pissing me off because it's like people are leading people down the path and you just lead them to a burning building off the things you think will be right. You making it sound good. It ain't good, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with working a job. And ain't nothing wrong working for a company. I just don't understand. Driving a company vehicle, company truck. You working for a company that owns a residential commercial business for plumbing, for electricians. And you tell them to go out there, they'll just be more so trading the fact that they can get up and work when they want to without having no boss. You're not making no more money. You just trading the fact that your morality, your mindset, and everything will be 100% more so. You got a boss hanging over your head. That's all you trading off. You're not doing any better than you would do with that company. So everything is being oversaturated. Gig work, trades, nursing, everywhere you turn is being oversaturated with shit because people on TikTok, people on YouTube, people on Facebook are telling y'all to go to these different areas. But now it's becoming to the point where all those jobs, they couldn't find nobody. Now it's so packed, they don't need nobody. It's so packed for people, they don't need nobody. Actually, they got so many people, they trying to figure out how can they keep they people without firing, but then you get laid off. How the fuck you get laid off as an electrician? Because it's doing it for less than. That's how you get laid off. Company losing money, what they do? They lay off people first. And then they lay off just as many as they can. Okay, now what? Gotta sell the business. Either sell the business or it's just over with. That boss man, it's just him again. I can't do that to people. I can't be a businessman, hire 8 to 10 people, and then I can't over time pay them folks because everything's just dwindling down. DIYers, backdoor mechanics, people saying, fuck it, I'm not gonna fix it. Fuck it, let it be. Y'all just answer me that, man. If all these different avenues and areas are getting oversaturated, but you got people steady going and getting a trade, what do you tell them people? What do you tell them? If everything's been oversaturated because you done told them, or your fellow TikToker or YouTuber done told them, go get a trade, but you in a classroom full of 30 people trying to get a trade that's twice your age, what do you tell them when they graduate and they can't find no work? Peace.